Hooey.
Setting up. Looks like it's working.
Okay.
Redirecting to Facebook.
Okay, cool. There I am.
Do you see it?
Yeah, so I can
Yeah,
see.
here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And let's do this. Gallery view. Beautiful. All right, it looks like we are live and we have some viewers. So welcome everybody. Welcome Joseph, Anthony Marlow. I'm so excited to be here with you. Yes, so for those of you who are joining us on Facebook, we are joining together here because we want to talk a little bit about Signature Soul Brand. And Joseph was in Signature Soul Brand with me the last round. And we're going to have a little bit of a conversation so that you guys can kind of tune into the energy. Really quick, I am going to share this over into Femme Genius. I see Callie's on. Hello, beautiful. I'm going to share. Hold on.
And I'm going to share this over in Your Brilliance is Showing as well.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Beautiful. Boom, bada bing. Yay.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
And I'm super excited to be here too. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what Signature Soul Brand is, it is my 8-week online program where I take you from basically the point of feeling excited, feeling a lot of inspiration, feeling like you are wanting to evolve into creating a living for yourself based on your passions, based on who you are, based on the totality of your essence, and then launching that into existence with personal branding, with really getting clear on what your mission is and what your message is. And so I feel really honored to have been in this 8-week journey with Joseph here. And through that process, he launched his Signature Soul Brand into existence. And so we're going to be talking and digging into what happened through that 8-week process. And I have the next round of Signature Soul Brand, which is launching and beginning on Monday. It's literally coming up.
and so, I highly recommend.
And so we already have a few beautiful beings who are coming into that program. And so I'm going to invite you guys as you're listening to Joseph and you're here as part of this conversation to just feel into the destiny threads, feel into the energy, feel into the excitement, because maybe this is your time. Maybe you are ready to step into your genius and to step into your brilliance and to invite yourself into making a living based on who you are and based on the passions that turn you on and light you up. So yay. With that being said, without further ado, Joseph, I want to kind of direct it towards you and to ask you a couple of questions. The first of being, where were you before Signature Soul Brand? Like, where were you in your business? Where were you as you obviously had an intention and excitement about building your online personal brand, but where were you before Signature Soul Brand?
Yeah, so where I was at before Signature Soul Brand is that I was in a place trying to create the dream, right? That's kind of like the dream of living the life that I want to live while getting paid for it. So doing exactly what I love, doing exactly what I love and making a life out of that. So in that time before I started Signature Soul Brand, I was in a place where I created my business, Still Life Yoga. And it's my personalized yoga business where I work with clients to cultivate their own art of yoga, their own practice, and their own ability to heal in some sense. So I was in a place where I basically felt like a chicken with its head cut off, and I just gathered all these things together. I had all these like baseline foundations, the inspiration, the passion, the desires, the drive, the energy to go do it. But the one thing I lacked severely, which honestly, like for me, was actually really existential, was structure. You know, how do I take this beautiful energy that I have, this beautiful dream and vision that I have for life, and then how do I actually get it to that place which I saw in my head? You know, so before Signature Soul Brand, I was in a place of kind of like hitting my head on the ceiling kind of thing, where it was like I knew I had this thing, but I couldn't quite make that happen. And so I feel the new revolution of business is starting to go online. So I decided to kind of take what skills I knew that I had and try to bring it online, try to create something digital, more accessible for people to interact with, and to be a part of in a more expansive and cohesive way.
Mm. Mm. I
Yeah.
feel that, Joe. I also remember you feeling the desire and the pull to reach more people and to bring not only your skills online, but to engage with people on a bigger, more wide scale. Do you feel like that feels resonant for you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So like something we really identified in the class or in Signature Soul Brand is that you know, we all have these very special and innate gifts and talents, but in some way we don't allow ourselves to go and do that because of A, B, or C. For me, my dream is to speak in a stadium of about 100,000 people, or maybe more, and probably more. And so I found that, you know, what was the one thing that was holding me back from doing that? And that was not being ultimately clear on the intention that I have for this experience. And so in coming into Signature Soul Brand, Carla's amazing guidance has illuminated to me and more so aligned me with the intention that I have for my life, my business, my brand, and to really just live so viscerally awesome in that, so that our brilliance can truly shine. And it's inspired so much. Good stuff.
I just want to reflect too, Joe, that you in that living of our Signature Soul Brand, it's almost like we are allowing all of the many pieces of our lives to integrate into wholeness and to integrate into one, right? Because wouldn't you say that as you are launching yourself into the online business, as you are empowering others, it's like your simple intention, your why behind why you do the things that you're doing is simply just to be the best possible version of yourself, and then to hold space for others to step into that same arena. And then through you gaining the wisdom through your own intuitive self, but also gaining the structure of Signature Soul Brand, you're also able then to hold other people who want to do something very similar, right? Step into the best version of themselves and step into finding the structure that's ultimately going to be of service to them, making the money that they desire to make and the profit and income that they desire to make. And so stepping into our Signature Soul Brand, it feels like it almost goes one step deeper than just doing a online coaching certification. It's like becoming the living, walking, breathing example of the brand that you are creating, of the example that you are leading in the world. And I feel like you're doing such a phenomenal job of integrating all of those pieces.
Thank you so much, because it's really that right there. Like when we begin to really embody the intention that we have for our experience, like that feeling like I finally have the ability to give people back something that I didn't have at some point, is a feeling that it's a feeling I can't describe. It's such like a heart grounded feeling that that I feel like I am now capable to be able to share those gifts and to share my wisdom in a way that allows other people who are interested in becoming online entrepreneurs or things like that to have the skills and know how to actually do that. Like from doing Signature Soul Brand, I've had countless friends come up to me like, hey man, like been seeing your stuff online, like how are you doing what you're doing and stuff like that. And I'm like, listen.
Yes. And so what do you feel like would be like the biggest sort of takeaways, like the juiciest integration that you brought out of Signature Soul Brand? What are some of those big pieces for you?
Yeah. So I've said a few already where it's aligning with that intention that we have for our experience and to really go all in. Those two words right there has been the theme of 2020, is just going
All in. Yes.
all in to the experience, all into ourselves, to have so much faith and belief and trust within our own self and our gifts, skills, talents, and wisdoms that we can actually achieve the goal of doing what we love and getting paid for it too. And so that's big. Countless other things of the structure, the design of the program, how it's just really feels that it's given my soul the image that it needs in order to carry it across the cosmos, if you will. You know, it gives me that signature that I know that will reverberate in life and everywhere I go. The juiciest thing I can say that Signature Soul Brand has done for me is that it's bestowed me the permission gift thing to really expand, to really build, and to really grow, and to really become the phenomenon that I know myself to be, and to allow myself to, and to give that back to others too.
And I feel like too that you are at maybe the precipice of jumping off into creating your Signature Soul Brand, and it was almost just like like a little bit of permission and just a guiding light of like, here are the beautiful steps that you can take. And then also, I just want to mention too that Signature Soul Brand, like, yes, it gives you the logistics and the steps, but it also allows you to bring forth the entirety of your genius, right? So it's like, here's the steps that have been of service to my Signature Soul Brand, but also there's spaciousness for you to develop it in the way that really serves your highest good. And I feel like that's us putting our unique signature on the way that we develop our, whatever it is, whether we are coaches or artists or entrepreneurs or visionaries or whatever it is our mission is that we all do it in a little bit of a different way, because we all have our unique signature thumbprint. We are unique signature thumbprints of the divine. And it's just, it's like that you brought forward this beautiful signature of your energy. And then the branding part of us identifying our signature soul energy is us actually creating a physical representation of the energy of our soul, which is such an interesting and beautiful experience to say like that. It's almost like your Signature Soul Brand is your presence is enough. You just show up every single day as yourself, and your presence is enough, just as you dedicating to that intention or that why, and then creating the beauty and creating the aesthetics and creating the branding that'll help to ultimately be of service to the heart marketing and of service to the aligned sales, and of calling in our destiny threads with our signature client, like the clients that are going to come and work with us. And so I just wanted to reiterate all of those pieces that I saw evolve through you, that like, yes, there was structure to creating. This is one of my more masculine platforms, right? I have both feminine and masculine platforms. Signature Soul Brand happens to be one of my more masculine platforms, where there's like step A, step B, step C, step D, but there's also this brilliance of like, well, here's the structure, but how do you desire to do it in your own unique way? Mm-hmm. And it was so fun to play with you in that way, Joe.
Yeah, and it was so fun to be taught. You know, it's so fun to do that, because it really is just giving my my soul, the ability to like feel really good about what I'm doing. It feels so incredibly good about what I'm doing. Like, just to say, everyone viewing, in launching my brand, I haven't I haven't dealt with one stressful experience. I haven't dealt with, like, in all the money that I've made through my brand since Signature Soul Brand, there has not been one iota of stress. Hasn't been one like, oh, roll my eyes, like I have to do this kind of thing. There's no need, you know, there was no need in me to, like, I guess, try really hard or something. It's more so now working with like the natural or organic rhythm that our soul sings to, you know? And in doing so, like, before, like, something's coming through where it's like, before Signature Soul Brand, honestly, viewers, I was at a position where I was about to call it quits. I was about to throw in the towel. I was about to, you know, do something else completely, because for where I was at, and I'm sure that a lot of people have been here too, where you're just kind of at the end of the rope. You don't know what to do, where you're going, how to get it to the next step. And so you're just kind of like out of options. You're like, I don't know what to do. So finding Signature Soul Brand took me where I was and like put me in this like cocoon chrysalis of like awesome goodness and just tender holding and care. And it's allowed me to like emerge into the thing that I've like always wanted to embody and become and to activate or galactivate.
Galactivate, yes. So I'm seeing we have some comments. I see that Angela Barkley says, I love you, Joe.
I love you, Ange.
And Callie says, oh my God, Joseph, love the way you are expressing yourself. This is just so amazingly helpful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Callie.
Yes, yeah. So grateful.
Yeah, because it's like, whatever is wanting to birth through us. I know so many people that want to create a brand, that want to create something amazing. It's that energy right there. That's the charge of the soul brand, you know? And this program will literally show you and reflect to you that, and how to fully like live within that, like live within that energy of your dreams, right? You can like live your dreams and make them come true, get paid for it, and have a lot of fun at the same time.
Yes. Yes. I also just want to mention, because I just heard you say it, Joe, is you said, you know, this dream that's birthing through you. And I just want to say this to every single being that's watching this right now. It's like, you can be a woman or a man, and we can still allow for energy to birth through us. It is literally the energy that we are inviting through our portal, that we are inviting through us. And so although I hold a brand, Femme Genius, I work with both men and women because we are all capable of aligning with our soul essence. And at the deepest level, we are not man or woman, we are just soul energy. And I feel like that's what Signature Soul Brand is here to really introduce, is that, you know, it's less about niching ourselves into being like, this is who I work with and this is what I do. And it's more about identifying our soul's energy and really why we came here onto this planet at this time, and why we are here and what we are here to do. And that's what I love to do with all beings, really, is to hold space for the birth portal to open, for us to really truly step into the fullness of who we are and why we have come here onto this planet at this time. And that feels so resonant for me just to mention and to say out loud, because I feel like a big part of Signature Soul Brand for me, honestly, and like in rich vulnerability here, it's like, I just didn't want to be boxed in. I didn't want to be boxed into a little niche. It didn't feel right for me to like say that I was only working with women or say that I was only working with men. And it also felt resonant for me to not get boxed into a definition of a job title. Ultimately, it's like, how do I take the essence of who I am and then hold space for someone else to step into the essence of who they are? Like, that's almost definitionless. And so I like to say, as these entrepreneurs, as we start to step into our Signature Soul Brand, especially online, that we do become these definitionless creatures that really are shapeshifters and multidimensional in the way that we show up. It's like, what's needed in this moment and how do I show up for what's needed, instead of like, this is my little niche, and if something else is being needed, then I'm going to stay over here in my niche and I'm going to I'm going to not look at what's over there, because we live in this connected universe. Everything is so interconnected, and that's how I like to envision Signature Soul Brand. It's like taking the way that we interact in life, whether it be in relationship or business, or the way that we play, or the way that we work out, or anything in our lives, and it's how it's all comes into just you as this beautiful package. And how do we actually brand and market you as a being? And that's feels like the biggest piece of my work. And I feel like for those who are called into Signature Soul Brand, probably the biggest piece, a big piece of your work as well, is like, how do we just step into the highest potentiality of ourselves as beings on this planet, in greatest service on this planet, and then fully hold space for those who are desiring to do the very same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to add to that too, where it's like your ability to do that, my gosh, like it's totally, speaking personally, like it just rewired my psychology to see that within myself, to really rise to my level that I know that I could be, just because I had someone there to hold me accountable and in some sense believe in me, believe in what it is that what I'm trying to create here. And like, just to further go along and say, like, Carlo's ability to do that is like unlike anything I've ever seen. It is on par with like Jesus or some other like very high thing. Yeah, like she really is like a modern day Yoda or Gandalf.
Yes.
It's
Signature
true.
Soul Brand you shall be.
Luminous you shall be. Not this crude money we make, we not. I mean, it's like just to, I mean, you'll like whoever feels called to join, which I hope is a million people, Signature Soul Brand. Just imagine this, really picture this, instead of working for an hourly rate, imagine playing for an infinite rate. And imagine what that would feel like.
Yes. Yes. And that's what we do. That's what we do, right? In Signature Soul Brand, we're moving out of the hourly rate and into the infinite rate, out of the hourly rate wage and into the infinite rate, where we get to create these transformational containers for our clients and for those who are ready to step into their expression of life. So Joe, one last question before we spiral back in. I wanted to just ask you, what do you feel like were the biggest results that you took out of Signature Soul Brand? So we've talked about the juicy pieces, but like actual results that you have found, like, have you been finding that people are attracted to your brand? Have you been finding that, what are you now experiencing now that you have been through the birthing portal of Signature Soul Brand?
So I don't know if the sun's out, but like if this just got a lot brighter, then that's what like my life has been since it's Signature Soul Brand. So through Signature Soul Brand, I've not only been able to overhaul my yoga business called Still Life Yoga, I've also added my online existence, I'll call it, and it's called Living Magnificent. And that was our big project during Signature Soul Brand, was creating Living Magnificent. And Living Magnificent is this program that I've created where you get to come into my energy field and to learn how to become the visionary game changer that we know that we can be, to become magnificent within our own heart, within our own self. And so to say, what is some of the big takeaways or results? I have successfully started an online business, started an online program. It exists and it's a thing. I've actually had clients participate in living magnificence. And so to say that I've created something from nothing with assistance and I got paid for it. And it's what I love. And now I am seeing like my Facebook, if you were to look at it 8 months ago to where it's at now, it's a complete overhaul of what it was to what it is now. You know, my post would only get maybe 10 to 12 likes at its best, but now I'm pulling in like 50 to 60 likes on a post, and consistently, like consistently, where I can feel energetically within myself, this ball's rolling. And this ball is rolling very smooth and steady, and I can see it's carrying me to literally my dreams and my potentials that I wish to experience in some way. Like in starting Living Magnificent in my online business, it's not only given me the ability to say travel in the way that I want to now, it's given me the ability to participate in a lot of things that I wish to be a part of. And so I guess to really bring it into a point, the main takeaway that Signature Soul Brand has given me is this connection. It's this connection to myself, to my heart and soul. And then also in some way, like to the heart and soul that's online that wants to be seen and heard and to be expressed and to be received. And it's just totally feels like it's taken me from like a 4 to like a 20 out of 10 in everything. In every encompassing way, I can say. Like truly, truly, this is a saving grace from like save my soul. Just to say, I'll go as far as to say
that. So beautiful, Joe. I'm celebrating literally everything that you are creating and that you are putting out there into the world. I'm like, oh, such a divine witness to that in which you are creating in the world. And I really feel so blessed for the opportunity that we've had to move through Signature Soul Brand together, and then to continue to watch you as you evolve and are helping so many people and inspiring and empowering so many to get on a healthier, happier path towards their soul essence. And it's just, yeah, it is so epically beautiful.
It's truly like all thanks to you. I made the feet work, but you were the like guideposts that were able to like bounce me in the right direction. And so like infinitely thank you forever.
Yes. I want to mention, Joe, that you had everything already. Like everything was alive within you. It's just like a channel, right? And I talk about this in Signature Soul Brand, actually, is like that we have this river and that we have all of these streams of energy that are pouring in. And when those streams are uncontained, we don't know how to like channel that energy, right? And so you had all that energy potentiality. I just happened to be the one in the boat guiding you towards creating your channel. And so yes, Signature Soul Brand, but you had everything within you already. And it was, yeah. And so it's so beautiful to watch that flourish. And now that it's such a directed channel, it's so beautiful that you're here to be of such deep service on this planet for so many. And so for all of those who are still out there watching us, let's see. Looks like we've got a good group on. So where can people find you, Joe? How do people connect with your work? How do people find you outside of this Facebook Live?
Yeah, so I'm going to drop here, see if I can do it. I'm going to put my name so you can follow my link on there, but I'm going to put my Facebook group on there where you guys can stay up to date to everything that I am working on, and we can stay in that space. So that's my Facebook group called Your Brilliance is Showing, or my personal page, Joseph Anthony Marlow.
And I'm going to tag it here in my group, on my page as well. Your brilliance is showing. I love that so much.
It's it's becoming something that I, you know, like that group has become something very meaningful to me because that's what my father used to say to me. Like I had a moment where he was doing something and I saw something that like he couldn't see, and I went and I did something, and he just looked at me with this very like shocked look, and he's like, "Your brilliance is showing." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Dad."
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
So it's kind of like the kind of vibe that the group is about, is that it's a place to showcase your brilliance. It's a place to really feel safe if you have that special thing that exists inside of you, to come and share that and to show it and to empower that and to awaken it, because it's your true like brilliant shiny genius self is what the world needs right now. It's like what we all need to see and to share in that. And so yeah, whoever feels called to come and participate, please jump over this way.
All right. So thank you everybody who has come on and who has been part of and shared in this experience of talking about Signature Soul Brand. If you guys are feeling excited or called into this next portal of Signature Soul Brand, it starts next Monday on the 24th, and it's not too late to claim your space. Tomorrow, it works. Tomorrow as well, guys, I am doing a free live masterclass called Branding Your Genius. That's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will post the link down below in the comments if you would like to register for that. You will need to register for that, and then you'll get all the details of how to join in your email. So please join me for that if you feel called. And thank you again, guys, so much for joining. And Joe, I'm gonna I will stop on Facebook here, and then we'll have a minute just to decompress. So
okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Love you guys so much. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.